Freelance writing. Freelance writers are not employees. Freelance writers are generally considered to be independent contractors, so if you get a freelance job with a company, you are not an employee in the traditional sense. Freelancers must adhere to deadlines and get paid just like salaried writers, but they are not eligible for benefits such as health insurance and 401k accounts. Freelance writers often have a home office as opposed to a desk with a company. Companies that employ freelancers usually do not take out taxes of the freelancer's paycheck, making the freelancer solely responsible for paying taxes and making contributions to the retirement accounts. The beauty of being a freelance writer is that you can pick and choose your writing projects, taking on as much as you like and juggling multiple clients at once. That means that if you want to take the day off to take the kids to the zoo, or to watch a Twilight Zone marathon, you can. There is no employer keeping tabs on the hours you work, so as long as you meet your deadlines, you can work whenever you want to. Freelance writers can work in their pajamas. With a home office, freelance writers are able to work from home. If you want to conduct a telephone interview wearing nothing more than a robe, that's up to you. Many efficiency experts suggest that work-at-home people dress up every day, just as though they were heading off to the office. As long as being dressed sloppily does not affect your work, however, there's really no reason to don a three-piece suit in order to write your next piece. In fact, many freelance writers point to the informal nature of their workday as one of the ways that they allow their creative juices to flow. The fact that you can get up from your work area when an attack of writer's block occurs and go for a stroll, or clean out your closet, or whatever helps you get back into their writing mindset, is one of the best things about being a freelance writer. Freelancers do sometimes take on jobs where they do actually need to report to an office for a duration of the writing project. But since you are ultimately the boss of your own destiny as a freelance writer, then you can decide whether or not to apply for these types of freelance writing jobs. As a freelance writer, you could conceivably spend the rest of your career working from home or other locations which you choose on your own. As a result, you may never have to adhere to another dress code, attend another business meeting, or miss another recital at your kid's school. Just be sure to clear it with your child before you show up at the recital in your pajamas. Freelancers have to be organized. Although one of the highest praises for a freelance writing career is that you get to make your own hours, this can also be the downfall for a writer who does not prioritize and organize impending projects correctly. If you are an admitted procrastinator, then you will have to work extra hard to make sure that you're getting everything done in order to meet all of your deadlines. Use whatever methods you need to use: schedulers, computer programs, sticky notes riddling your work area, anything to stay on task. Don't think just because you don't answer to an immediate supervisor that this gives you free rein to ignore your work until the last minute. After all, you never know what project will come along at the last minute, and you won't be able to accept the work because you're on a tight deadline to finish another project that you've been ignoring for weeks. If you have hopes of becoming a successful freelance writer, then you will need to work on your organizational skills and tackle writing projects in an efficient manner. Don't accept every job that comes your way. There are plenty of employers who are constantly seeking new writers, especially on the internet. New websites need new content for their sites, and this can be a great way to break into writing for pay. You have to be careful with taking on too many jobs, though. When you first start writing, you may find that you get a bit of an exhilarated high from getting paid for writing, and that's great. It's too easy, however, to start applying for every job that you find regardless of the topic or the pay. You should aim for writing jobs which are pertaining to a topic you find interesting, or at least pay well enough to make it worth your while to write about something that you don't have any passion for. If you aren't careful, you might find yourself staying up till 2 in the morning to complete boring assignments which don't even pay enough to fill up your gas tank.